Hello, everyone. I'd just like to welcome and thank you for coming onto my page. And obviously, I'm going to teach you today 5 separate ways of how you can make money online. Everyone's turned into the internet nowadays, aren't they? So I'm going to show you 5 fantastic ways in which you could monetize the internet basically in your favour. Um, Okay, so let's get going. The first thing I'm going to talk about is Amazon, basically. The trend of online shopping is astronomical. It's only increasing nowadays, isn't it? You see more and more people working on the internet. More and more people physically don't want to have to go out and go shopping, which is why so many people now just turn to the internet to do their online shopping, food, clothes, anything basically. There's a crazy war going on between the physical retail shops and online world, but who do you think's winning? I'll leave that one with you, but I think it's quite evident who's actually winning as the internet ever increases in people's lives, basically. Um, like I said, then people can just stay at home basically and shop. So you can shop for anything now online. Literally, I got something yesterday and it came today. So one day I've got a delivery basically, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you how can you actually make money on Amazon. What is it that you do? Obviously, you sign up for free when you start, and then when you sign up, you obviously you'll have a business plan in place. But you then need to create or sell someone's product basically, which you can sell on the Amazon platform. Um, selling something on Amazon is as simple as, say you worked off your personal Facebook profile. If you put a link out there, and people could click on it and buy if they're interested in what you've got to sell. It's just as easy on Amazon. In fact, probably maybe easier, because the amount of people on Amazon is the biggest e-commerce platform in the world now, which is what you buy stuff from. So it's absolutely astronomical the amount of potential within Amazon. Okay, so in quite simply, you need to basically create a product. You either build a product yourself or you would go on to sell someone else's product, which is what I do, which I'll go into a bit later on. And once you've got the product in place, you can then post it on Amazon and start selling it to people who are interested in what you've got. If you choose the right product, because a lot of people use a product, a niche that is very very populated. But if you pick something that is no one's heard of it or not many people are selling these things, it can be much more of a profitable endeavor because you're going to be special in the marketplace. You're not going to be like everyone else common. Okay, so it's also very important to have different products basically, because what happens if one of them's you're selling a product, you're making loads on it? What happens if it starts slowing down? What do you do then? So it's very important to have numerous products selling, so money flow never dries up. Um, Obviously, like I said before, shopping online makes things absolutely pip easy. Like, obviously, you know yourself because you will have shopped online, I'm sure. Okay, so there's a thing called Merch by Amazon. Basically, it's basically a design platform. Say if you sold T-shirts with a logo on, say you create logos for a living and branding and whatnot, you can go on to Merch and basically get them to print stuff onto your T-shirts that you could also sell on Amazon. Um, like I said, also the customer base is astronomical. However, to get into Merch, it's not open to the public. You can only get in if someone invites you in, basically. So if you know someone working in Merch, fantastic. But you need to know someone basically. It's not open to the public. Okay, so what's the best thing to do on Amazon to sell something? Um, for a start off, you need the longer text explaining what it is that you're selling. The more people are going to be interested in buy your product basically, because people want to know exactly what it's about. Um, the biggest thing that creates success within Amazon's program is niche sites. Like I said about the niche products, if you've got a niche site, people are more likely to buy from you than someone else, because you need to specify exactly what it is that you're selling and why is it different to everyone else who is selling stuff online basically. So there's I think I'm not sure if you can see them, but there's a few. There's a little table below where you can see what is some of the research from Amazon. Okay, so like I said before, Amazon is now the biggest e-commerce retailer in the world. Nobody comes close to competing with them. They're absolutely huge, and they're only ever growing. Also, product listings also convert very well. So you need to know exactly what you're going to do and sell basically on Amazon. So to be successful on Amazon, you basically need to get in front of real people. Obviously, 'cause real people will buy your stuff, won't they? And they're going to be interested. You need to find out who would want this product that I'm going to sell, or these products, for example. The number of people who would come across and buy a product, like I said, is very dependent on the niche that you choose. Is it going to suffice people? Is it going to be very good for my audience, for example? Okay. And that all starts with the quality of your platform, like I said, your website, okay? Okay, let's move on. Right, okay, you can't be successful. Can't have a successful business on Amazon without putting effort in. Like anything worth having, you're not going to be successful without putting in the work and determination. You're not going to be successful without the work, having a high work drive, basically. You've got to put the effort in, effectively. The reality is most people do it, but most people fail because they're actually lacking the hard work, what it takes to create a successful business online. So you need to have drive and ambition, basically, to be successful in any area of the online world. Most people try to build an online business so they can quit their 9-to-5 job, but obviously they fail a lot of the time because they're not willing to put the work in, because they see a 9-to-5 job much easier, basically, which it is effectively. Okay, let's move on. This is the okay. So there's many different ways to make money online. However, in my experience, affiliate marketing, which I'll go into later, is the easiest way for beginners basically to get started in what they, to create money online, because everything's set out for them. Whereas Amazon, eBay and stuff, which I'll go into, it's very difficult because there isn't much help out there. So yeah, affiliate marketing for me is the best way to create a substantial living online. Hopefully this presentation by the end, there's two more actually after this presentation, but hopefully you'll understand a lot more about the online world and what the best things to dive into are, basically. Okay, so let's talk about eBay now. eBay is also a massive online marketplace, basically. It's a place for buyers and sellers to come together to buy and sell, basically. You can sell almost anything. Not quite everything, but you can sell a hell of a lot of stuff, okay? So basically, a person would list an item on eBay. They can either put a bidding price, or you could also have buy it now. So you could buy it straight away, or like it says in the writing, you could have an auction, which is when people bid higher and higher and higher, basically, to win the product that you are selling. And obviously that's always on a timer, like there's certain days, hours, whatever days. It tends not to be hours, but then obviously, like I just said, the buy it now is you could buy the product straight away for a higher price, basically. Okay. So if you want a successful business on eBay, you would need an online store. Okay. Your online store on eBay, but you'd also need a store where you can sell, shift your products, basically. Another perk of eBay, what it does online, it automatically gives you credibility. Having your own store, of course it gives you credibility, because people are going to look at you and be like, wow, he knows exactly what he's doing, don't they? So people would obviously buy from someone who has got fantastic feedback, so they're going to look better than the next person who comes along, aren't they? Customers know you've got a reputation to protect, so you're obviously going to take it very seriously. Well, some people don't, but that's them the people who fail. Okay, so you need to be noting down and stating to yourself, is there a market for the thing that I am thinking about promoting and selling on eBay? You need to, like I said before with Amazon, you need to find and target the right niche to create huge interest, and then obviously sales in the end on eBay, basically. Pardon me. it's an incredible, it's a fantastic marketplace basically because people are looking for every single thing possible. So whatever you're thinking about selling, there's obviously someone out there that will be more than happy to come across and buy what you've got. So my main tip to you, effectively, is you need to put the research in to look at what price you're going to sell the products that you're selling. Because if the price is too high, no one's going to buy them. If the price is too low, people might not be interested because they might think they're low quality. Okay, let's move on. So for eBay, to be successful on eBay, you need quality images for a start off to capture people's attention. I think there's like a 3 second thing in people's brains that when looking at something for the first time, it either puts them off or invites them in effectively. So you need to have good quality images and then a great description explaining exactly what your product is effectively. You need to make this person fall in love with what you've got to offer instantly. So images are of the utmost importance. Basically, you'll see any successful eBay seller. They're going to have a very, very good detailed description of what it is that they are selling because people want to know exactly what they're getting themselves into, don't they? So the site is very competitive. Obviously, there's a lot of people selling stuff on eBay because it's so easy, basically. So you need to ensure that what you are putting out there stands out compared to the next person who comes along. Okay. So the biggest thing that I find is that customer service. Obviously, now in the modern world, customer service is at the forefront to be successful. Like Richard Branson with his airlines and stuff. Customer experience is the number one thing that he focuses on because that is what makes something stand out, doesn't it? So you always need to be ready to answer questions. You need to be in close contact with the people buying your products. You can't leave it for days and then get back to them. You need to be in close contact with them to make it run successful. And obviously, the customer, if anything ever went wrong, the customer is always right. So never open your mouth and back chat because people aren't going to buy your stuff, are they? So once someone has actually bought your item, you need to get ready and pack it and send it off instantly because they're expecting, this is going to give you good feedback, like I said about your online store, and you want good feedback because the better feedback you've got, more people are going to trust you and come over and buy from you out there. So you need to be very regimented in how you are sending stuff out once it's sold. Okay. So having fun, in my eyes, having fun is one of the main things. I'm successful because I love what I do. You need to absolutely love what you do for a start off. Because if you don't, like people in the 9 to 5 jobs, they don't like it, so they never put 100% into it. But if you find something that you absolutely love, you're absolutely going to fly because you're going to put every last bit of energy into what you're building. Okay, so basically, me as an online entrepreneur, I do bits offline, but I'm online as well now. You need to look anything outside the box for a start off. What the items that you are selling, you could utilize social media, Facebook, Instagram. It's not just eBay. We're talking about eBay now, but you can use anything. YouTube's actually the biggest growing platform this year. Obviously, I work online. I know a hell of a lot about it. I've been doing it for a while. YouTube is the number one in 2017. So that's a little golden nugget for you. So get building a blog if you want to. You also, the thing is with eBay, you can run it all through your smartphone. Take a picture, do a description, post it in an auction or buy it now, and then you could be at where you keep all your stuff that you're selling. So you can work from anywhere basically. Someone could be running your storehouse at home, but you could be anywhere around the world posting and selling the items, and you could have someone packaging and sending off instantly. Okay, so it's very, very, very powerful. Okay, so basically on eBay you can sell anything. It's a lot of the stuff is actually second hand. If you've got any cast-offs that you don't want anymore, you sell them on eBay, don't you? Everyone's done it. I've done it especially. Stuff that I didn't want anymore, I've sold it and got half the money or more back from something that I loved at the time. Okay, so you basically when you work on eBay, you need to buy, obviously what you're doing and selling. You need to buy stuff that is going to reflect stuff that's actually very similar to your niche and your the stuff you're selling on eBay in your marketplace. Um, it gives you an insight of how to run your business basically, which is very good for when you do fully dive in and start selling stuff. Um, and obviously, with you buying and getting good ratings from buying almost like small products, you're going to get 100% feedback, which is crucial because people don't buy off someone with no credibility, do they? So the thing is basically, if you just start on eBay, never go and try and sell something highly priced with no feedback because no one's going to take you seriously. No one's gonna buy from you, are they? So obviously, start small and build your way up, basically. Okay. So the best thing about eBay is in your marketplace again, like I said, you can go out and look at what other people have sold that are similar to what you're selling. You can see how they've sold it. If they've got great feedback, you can tell it's a very good way of doing it, basically. So you look at what they've done, the descriptions, then you can rewrite that in your own words, basically. Um, okay, so like I said, obviously items that are identical to yours, you want to go out and find them, and obviously then you can rewrite it in your own words, like I said, with great. Obviously, you want to look at someone who's fantastic at what they do with 100% feedback. Um, obviously, maybe you can kind of, if you find someone successful with the similar product that you're selling, you could then rewrite what they've done. Basically, it's a bit naughty, but you can go rewrite what they've done to start selling your own product because you obviously already know it's successful. Okay, so yeah, once again, go and spy on the other people, similar people in your marketplace that are selling similar products. Um, obviously, also you want to start your bids very, very low, unless it's very, very specific and you're established in the eBay space. So obviously, start very low, and then people would start bidding, wouldn't they? Because it'd be like, oh, that's nothing to me. So start very low before you gain credibility, which is when you can go on and start selling more expensive things. Um, Okay, things that have already been sold also gives you an idea of what a good thing would be to go and sell on eBay. Obviously, you can have your own products and stuff, but obviously by going around and spying on people, you can see whether it would be a good thing to sell, basically. So yeah, like I said before, start with a very, very low starting price because then people who are much more attracted to your offer because they're not willing to throw loads of money out there. They just want to see if they can get this product relatively cheap, obviously more than what you've paid for it or whatever. But obviously start very low and it'll build up. So there's a lot of people on eBay basically. So Boffins did a study on eBay for market research and research on this topic. They found that auctions that started with a modest price sold and fetched a much higher bid when the bidding closed, the auction closed basically. So that's very, very important. Right. There are potentially millions and millions of people on eBay around the world that are going to buy your stuff. There's always people looking for exactly what you've got to sell effectively. The global reach of eBay is huge. Everyone's on it. It's been around for a long time now. It's not as big as Amazon, but you can sell anything now, basically. You just, obviously, hopefully, after what I'm teaching you, it'll give you more of an idea of exactly how to go across and attack this enterprise as well. Okay, so we're moving on to blogging now, which I know some very, very successful bloggers. And it's a very good thing to do. Obviously, I'm in a bit of a different space, but blogging is a fantastic thing. It just takes a hell of a long time to establish yourself as a great person, basically, a great person in the industry that you're working in. So, blogging started as a personal web log where people could read exactly what you were saying. It might be a day in day out of how you're living your life basically, or it could be something sporty or dancing. It could be anything basically. And obviously you're looking for people who, there's so many people in the world that are interested in what you've got to say. So by finding them, they're going to love what you've got to offer basically. So like any innovation on the internet, entrepreneurs all saw a huge they knew exactly what blogging could do for them in their business. And that's why it took off, because more and more entrepreneurs started utilizing blogging and getting good at it effectively. So there are several reasons why people have actually turned to blogging. Obviously, with search engines, a lot of search engines, they love new content, don't they? Basically, as a result of this, blogging, boom, it's taken off, and it's great for SEO, which is search engine optimization tool. Okay. Blogging provides a very easy way for your customers and clients to be up to date with exactly what you're doing in your life and how your products and everything is going, basically. So, very, very powerful tool. Obviously, a blog as well. The things that you're writing, it's obviously you're building trust and rapport up with your audience, because people almost feel like they're there with you because you're explaining exactly how to do stuff, right? And obviously, with building up trust and rapport, obviously leads on to people wanting to buy from you because they trust exactly what you're saying. Okay, so it's not whatever I said about it then. It's not all unicorns and rainbows, like I said, to create income online. I mean, like I said at the start, it takes a hell of a long time to be successful, basically, in this online space. So if you've got the time and patience and persistence to make it work, fair dues. But a lot of people aren't willing to put in the time and effort that it takes, because you've got to be very consistent, basically. You need to know about different things to write about daily. So if you're very good at English and you love writing, if you read a lot, I'm sure you'd be good at it. But you need to have fresh ideas day in, day out, to captivate people's attention, basically. So yeah, like I said, the payoff is definitely not immediate. So be wary of that before you start blogging. Okay, so once when your blog is up and running, you need to keep it active. Like I said, you need to have new content day in, day out, because consistency is one of the main things with any endeavor online that will help you become successful, because people like consistency. They don't want to love what you do one day and then you don't post for 4 or 5 days, because they're not going to take you seriously, are they? So you can, as a blogger, you can sell anything. You could sell your own personal products, or you could sell someone else's products, basically. So yeah, which is what affiliate marketing is. You could also sell services. Like if you were a consultant, you could blog to the point where people would build that much trust up within you. They're going to come over and pay for your consulting expertise, basically. So a blog is definitely not a blog without content. So once you've set up your blog, which most people do it online now, that's what it is. The online world's so powerful. So you set your blog up. Obviously, there's loads of different places where you can go and set a blog up. Some free, some paid for. It's up to you to decide which the best one is, basically. But you want to be creating attractive content that's going to capture your audience's attention effectively. The key, basically, into creating content is to make to write what you're saying as helpful as possible for your audience. Because the better it is, the more attraction you're going to get, and the more likely people are going to come over and effectively buy your product, because they see that you're offering that much value, and that you could actually change their life, right? Okay, so to blogging again, many bloggers basically build it, and the people will come to them mentally, mentality with their blogging. It's a bit of a trap, because the way that they're coming across is as a friend, isn't it? So with what they're saying, people get so drawn in. It's absolutely fantastic for good bloggers anyway. That's why it takes so much time, because you've got to build trust and rapport up with people to make them have trust in you, basically. If you want to make money from your blog, like I said, though, you need to not only focus on building a great blog with great content, you also need to know exactly how to promote it, which comes into you need to know how to write, basically, which is very, very important. So there's definitely a lot of ways to grow your blog's audience, because obviously the thing you're blogging about for a start off and what product you're selling will determine who you need to go to come over and read your products before you start building this trust and rapport up with them. So it's very important that you find you find the right niche of the product that you're selling. You need to talk about things directly linked to what it is that you are promoting, basically. So, as you can see, a few things there, a few key points and bullet points. You need to look at the people. Who are the kind of people who would be interested in your product? Where are they all hanging out, basically? You need to think quite hard about where these people are and do the research before you even start, because you need to know exactly where to find them, to find this audience. This is why it's so time consuming, because it's very, very difficult a lot of the time to nail down and find the exact people to come over and watch the content that you're putting out daily. So obviously, yeah, like I said, you need to build engagement that's sustained. Day in, day out. You want people who are eager for the next post that you're putting out there on your blog, basically, with the content that you're providing. You need to switch your focus to engaging with these readers. It's not just them reading your posts. You want them to be engaging, commenting and stuff, because this, obviously, people start commenting and liking and whatever on your blog post, it's going to gain more attraction, because other people who come over, new people who come over, are going to see you as an expert figure, basically. So obviously you need to create engagement on your posts all the time, and that obviously comes in the form of good writing, basically. The people who are there day in, day out from the start, you need to always nurture and keep in close contact with them, because these are the people who are the life force of your business, basically. These are the people who got it running. So you need to always nurture the relationship with these people, because when it comes to selling other products effectively in this blog, say if you started selling health products, then you went on to information products, they're going to have that much trust within you. They'll be more than willing to buy again, because they're gonna believe in what you're saying, basically. So always nurture the relationships that you have built effectively. Having a very engaged reader, like I said about the nurturing relationships, having an engaged person on your blog is much, much easier to sell to, basically. Okay, so there's 4 steps to actually starting a blog. The first is creating content. The second is finding people who are going to read your content. It's then about building engagement, basically. These are very, very important steps in the foundations of you building your blog. It takes, obviously, a lot of work and continued effort and experimentation to make money from it, which is why I chose not to do it. I like writing and stuff, but I wasn't willing to put in the time and effort, basically, to sustain it and make it work. 'Cause it does take a hell of a long time. As my successful friends in this industry, they've been doing it years before they even started making a dime, basically. So it's not a lottery ticket. So remember that. It can be very difficult. Okay, so obviously most full-time bloggers have different streams of income. Basically, that's what I mean, because blogging takes so long. You need to diversify your income, basically. You can't just rely on one source. The more income you've got, I think the average millionaire has got 7 streams of different income. So even the things that you're blogging about, I mean, you don't want to be selling just one product. You want to be blogging differently every day or twice a day for different products, whatever. You need to diversify your income, like I said. Okay. So the next thing I'm talking about is online trading, which I particularly am not very fond of, because I know people that have lost a hell of a lot of money doing it, basically. You can basically, obviously, all you need is a computer, like with what I'm saying about these online spaces. All you need is a computer, enough money to open an account, start trading within, and a good financial, you don't want to have had, you don't want to have loads of credit cards that you've missed payments for and stuff, because you're never going to be able to open one. So the average person can actually trade stock now. You don't need to have a degree in finance, basically, to start. The average person can do it, and it's no longer a thing where anyone can do it, basically. You obviously just need to put in the time and effort to learn exactly how to do it. So the market's become much more accessible. So online trading, the share, it's basically a share of a stock. It's basically a tiny piece of a business, basically, and you're investing in their future as their share price grows. So the first time a company would come out and offer you to buy into their company. Basically, it's called an IPO. It's also known as going public, basically, because then by going public, they're putting their business out there for people to start buying into. Basically, with what they're investing in, when a business starts rising in the share price and stuff, they then hand out dividends, which is what makes it very, very, very good for people to get involved with. Because, say, when Apple first started, if you bought their shares at the start, wow, you'd be worth a hell of a lot of money now if you bought quite a few, because they start at nothing and obviously work their way up. With like Bitcoin, that started at nothing, and that's going crazy now. So yeah, stocks that issue frequent dividends, basically, they're also reinvesting in the profits, which are called growth stocks. Right. So once you're a trader, basically, once you have the basic knowledge on how to attack this enterprise with your strategies, you can then start making profits effectively. Obviously, then you can go and amplify your gains as you get better and better in online trading. But obviously, you do need quite a bit of money to actually start off with it. So one of the not so hidden costs in trading is commissions. For equities, options, and futures, traders pay a flat fee per trade, which is why a lot of people don't start, because you do need a certain amount of capital to get going. Right, let's go. Right, so brokers, basically, brokers are qualified online trading people. They can obviously they can sell the stocks through an exchange, basically, which is what you need to trade. They charge a commission to do so. They can make a hell of a lot of money out of it, but you obviously need a license to trade. So obviously you could go become a broker, basically, but then you'd have to pay into your best. I think I don't know. I don't think it's as good as some of the other platforms that I'm talking about, basically, especially when it comes to money wise. There's different exchanges. Different exchanges, they work effectively like auctions. Like I was talking about in eBay. It's almost like a trading floor offline, but it's online, obviously. It's all electronic, like I say. But a few examples of the major stock exchanges are the New York Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, which is an electronic stock exchange. Obviously, we're talking about online niches here, aren't we? And there's the Tokyo Stock Exchange as well, which is very, very, very powerful. Okay, so once you're a trader and you have determined the strategy of how they're going to attack it and figured out the costs of what it's going to do to be successful, then you would want to start considering different taxes, because this can be a huge burden, basically, on what you're building. I mean, traders can make money consistently on a consistent basis, but tax, you need to figure out the tax reasons, because you can absolutely get screwed for it. So you want to figure all that out before you actually start online trading. Rules always change as well, so you need to keep a close eye on how you're going to attack it, because you might make a lot of money on the trade, but you might lose most of it through tax reasons. So you need to be very, very careful, and effectively you'd be best getting an accountant, which obviously costs money again. Okay, so it's not always easy. That's what I said at the start about I know people that have lost a lot of money, so you've got to be very careful how you're approaching it, basically. There's obviously there's more obvious ways to find success online, which I will go into after this, actually. So you need to be very careful with what you're going to choose, because some are much easier than others, basically. But they all need a lot of hard work. I'll remind you of that. Obviously, everything worth having needs a lot of work, doesn't it? So plans are basically, they're put in place basically to attack these kind of enterprises. I mean, plans, tax, what I talked about with the tax, you need to have a plan in place so you don't get walked all over when it comes to, you could make £20,000 on a tax trade, but you could have 18,000 of it wiped straight off. So you need to be very careful of how you're doing it. Okay, so I'm going to my number one source, my most profitable endeavour online since I started. I absolutely love this game. I absolutely love it. So to me, I had a bad accident, and then I came round off that, and then I went to study aviation management at the local airport. But even that, I wasn't happy with. So that is why I turned to affiliate marketing. Basically, earning money while I sleep is a dream that obviously everyone would dream of that, wouldn't they? Everyone wants to make money while asleep with no effort. Obviously, I've put a hell of a lot of effort in to build it up to this extent, but yeah, it's fantastic now. I can earn money while I sleep, which is very, very, very powerful, which is why I turned to affiliate marketing. I mean, the idea behind it is I promote someone else's product. Obviously, it's up to you how much you make, and that depends on how much work you're willing to put in. Okay. So, what is it? I mean, affiliate marketing is one of the oldest forms of marketing. Basically, it's when you can sell someone else's product, you would buy into it, and it's very, very cheap to buy into it, which is also very appealing to me because I didn't have a lot of money. So that's what caught my attention basically about affiliate marketing. So I sell someone else's information products. And it's very cheap to get involved with. I mean, the commissions that you can earn in the system I work with are from $1 up to $18,000 in commission, which is astronomical. So think about, $18,000, $12,000, $6,000 commissions while you sleep. It really is astronomical, basically. So, making money, like I've said throughout, requires a high level of you need to be persistent. You need to want it more than anything, basically, and just work hard. That's all you have to do. Anything that worth having obviously takes time, and well, no, not takes time. Sorry, because affiliate marketing is the number one reason I started in it, because I saw I could fast track my success as quickly as possible, basically. So the capital, like I said, the capital to get started is really, really small compared with a traditional offline business. Wow, it's crazy. I think to get an offline business off the floor, I think in American statistics was, I think it's about 60,000 at least, whereas this is really, really cheap, really cheap. Obviously online, so you've got no overheads on places to rent out and stuff. So the number one thing to be successful in affiliate marketing is basically finding the right vehicle, basically, of how you're going to promote your products. So it's not just for people who want to, just create a full-time income for it. People do it part-time as well. I mean, the thing is, you can work from home. So what a lot of people do in my team, they start and then they'll leave the job because it becomes that big and they're earning that much that they can effectively leave their job. So they just work around their own schedule and do what they want, basically. And like I said before, you don't need an inventory. You don't need any physical place to store products because it's all online. So it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you get paid for referring people to the products that you're affiliated and selling, basically. Okay, let's move on. So you can work any time that you want, basically, and from anywhere as well, which is what made it so appealing to me. I had a bad accident, which you'll know more about as you go through my page, but I temporarily paralysed my left arm, actually, and I was in a coma for a bit, which is why I turned online, because I had a 12-hour operation and I basically needed something where I could work on the rehabilitation of myself, and I had no time restraint. And I've never looked back since. I absolutely love it, I must admit. So the best thing about it for me is the passive income potential. It's astronomical. Waking up to commissions, you're falling asleep. It's not as though you wake up in the morning and you're there. There's money. There's commissions gone into your account. It's amazing. So, also people join me who have current businesses, but they don't know how to promote exactly what they're doing, which I'll talk a bit deeper in the next keynotes. So, to get started, the crucial steps. There is crucial steps required for you to create success in affiliate marketing, because it's not easy unless you have the right guidance and support, basically. So you need to choose an affiliate system that is closely linked with what you are willing and want to sell, basically, on your business website. So content affiliate links usually have the best click rates on anything, over much rather than image links like on eBay or Amazon. So we've got a much higher click-through rate. Okay, so what's the best thing to do? Market, market, market. Don't rely on search engine optimization or social media alone to drive your products, drive your offer to people. I mean, you can do it. I do a lot offline. I go to events and stuff where I can meet loads of people. It's not just online. I do a lot of it offline, meeting new people every day, where I can also say, well, this is what I do. Are you interested in my offer, basically? So you need to take advantage of the different options of how you're going to promote your product. Okay, pardon me. One of the most important things to do is to actually start an email list. I will tell you straight up, the power a lot of the times in the follow-up. Some people do buy instantly, but I think it takes 7 times of people seeing this offer for them to take action, basically. So through email marketing, it's a very, very good way. It's very powerful. And like I said, the power is in the follow-up. So it will significantly increase the money that you are actually earning, basically. So it's always very, very vital and crucial for you to have an email sequence in place after people have signed up, basically. You need to also look at different funnels and lead pages of how you're going to draw attraction into what you're doing, basically. This is how you market your affiliate business, basically. So I actually use ClickFunnels, which is absolutely fantastic. It's the best platform to build websites on, and obviously I'm an affiliate for them as well, so I can sell their affiliate link as well. Okay, so this is the final slide. When I got started, the main reason for me started in this team was I was surrounded by a team which I knew cared dearly about my success, like all of us in this team. A lot of people in this industry, more than happy to take your money, but when it comes down to it, they're just going to leave you to it. So they'll take your money, then they'll just leave you to it, which is when help is needed most. Okay, so the team that I fell in love with and saw that they had my best interests at heart was with the team I'm in now, which I'm very, very lucky and fortunate to have a look around, because most people get drawn in and don't know what they're doing. But it's very crucial to have the right vehicle and the right support and team around you to create success. So yeah, like I said, they stood out from the rest completely, basically. So have you got an idea of what you would like to sell, basically? Because what we do, we sell information products, but a lot of people join me because the ways and things we teach, the training that you go through coaching calls with 7-figure earners and whatnot, and then you get a training platform from me and my team as well, which is absolutely awesome. So I hope you've enjoyed my 5 ways to make money online anyway. And I'm actually going to go a bit deeper into affiliate marketing now, because obviously it's my number one endeavor that's created me the most money since I started. So on the next video, next page, I'm going to go a bit deeper into affiliate marketing. I hope you enjoyed anyway, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos.